This review is on Liberty University. In the past, I've done, I guess, mostly businesses, customer service on businesses and locations. But I'm going to go ahead and go with the school this time. And I can barely see, so y'all have to forgive me with my reading because I forgot my glasses. Liberty University, as most know, was founded by Jerry Falwell Sr. He was an independent Baptist. He was a King Jameser all the way. Fundamentalist, conservative. He was often called a Bible thumper. He was one of the leaders of the moral majority. So all of those descriptions, all of those aspects make him a very conservative Christian, bold in his faith and his stance. And he founded Liberty College in Lynchburg, Virginia, to be that same way. And the college started out, if you go back and read the guidelines, I mean, they would expel a guy for having long hair. He was very, very independent Baptist in his philosophy. And whether you believe that's over the top or not, you could be assured that when you went into that college, you were going to get a Christian foundation, and that everything you learned was going to be from a biblical worldview. His son now runs the college, and the college has been changed. The name has been changed to Liberty University, of course. And things are a little different, though, under the younger Falwell. Their slogan is "Training Champions for Christ," and that's very inviting. That catches the attention of people, of Christians who want to get a good quality degree, be able to get a career in the world, but also go into it with a biblical foundation. And because as Christians, if you're truly a Christian, you don't separate your faith from your workplace. You don't separate your faith from your career. Everything we do and how we do what we do is dictated by our faith, or it should be. And that's the way Liberty College had started off. And I know a little bit about this, yes, from reading and research, but also because I've earned 3 degrees from there. I have, through the online college. I have an education, bachelor's in education, have a master's in family and marriage counseling, and a counseling and criminal justice master's. Was pursuing public policy, master's in public policy. I have since taken a break. I don't know if it's, a lot of it's because I don't want to incur any more student loans, but I am planning on going back to finish a public policy degree, but through another college, because I am very disgusted with how Liberty, or what Liberty has become. My husband also has a master's in divinity from there. So we know a little bit about this new approach to Christian college education firsthand. I honestly believe that Jerry Falwell is probably turning over in his grave right now. The slogan "Training Champions for Christ" is very admirable, and it's very clear. So that's it. You expect that's what you're going to get when you go in. However, I am learning that a slogan is nothing but a packaging tool. Jerry Falwell's, the younger Jerry Falwell, has liberal progressive policies in the government classes. Now, I have heard people say that the reasoning for this, because I've asked, they say the reasoning for this is so they can compete in the secular world, and so that the students will get the same education that those coming out of secular colleges and can compete efficiently for jobs after their degree. Okay, that's fine. Teach what other colleges are teaching. You want those students coming out of there to know everything they're going to face. But as a Christian college, they should go back and say, however, according to biblical standards, this is not right. According to biblical standards, this is how we should approach this particular political aspect, whatever it is that, the discussion is on. But they don't do that. And they have many liberal professors. And I believe if you're a Christian college, then your professors should adhere to the same set of beliefs and the same philosophies that the college promotes. And that is not the case, because I've talked to many, many professors as I've dealt with them in classes. I can't, in the education classes, in the 2.5 years of education classes that I took, because I had transferred in from a junior college from back before I got married, so I didn't have to go the full 4 years. I went 2.5. The professors that I encountered were so liberal, I cringed thinking about it. I had one conservative professor, and the rest of them are training education majors to go out and brainwash kids into a socialist progressive agenda and to accept and embrace immorality. The things that the very fabric of our country rejected. When we built our country, we were built on biblical principles. We were a melting pot. We have freedom of religion. You don't have to be a Christian to function well in America. But we were built on biblical principles. And even though I am completely against mandatory school attendance, compulsory education, I am completely against the government compulsory education. Compulsory education was started to ensure that kids could read the Bible and could read the Constitution and not let the fabric of society deteriorate as it has. And Liberty University is training educators to go into the public school system and help destroy our country through progressive indoctrination and a dumbed down education. They're more concerned with embracing multiculturalism than they are making sure that kids get good quality, challenging education. The other thing that Liberty will do is they'll lie about the requirements for careers. You know, you go in and you could pull up the program of study that you want to pursue, and it'll tell you the possible careers you can have with that. Now, what it doesn't list is the other things that are needed once you get the college degree. I think now they are better about listing that. So when I would talk, first of all, I had, up until this past public policy major, I had a terrible time getting up with my academic advisor. And I think it changed like 2 or 3 times. But I don't even remember speaking to my academic advisor. For the first 3 degrees, I may have spoke to him twice, maybe 3 times at the most in all of those years. Now, the latest one that I have for public policy, he stays in constant contact. Even though I'm not even back at school, he'll still call and check and see if there's anything he can do to help me get registered again. But having said all that, in the past, for the degrees that I was pursuing, I would ask, okay, this is my intention. I am a stay-at-home mom. I am a homeschool mom. I am not going to go into a career unless it's something that I won't have to compromise my time with my home or my faith in any way. So will I be able to pursue a career in these particular areas, especially with the counseling and the education degree? And they all told me yes, and then come to find out there was a whole lot more needed for like certifications, and there are certain jobs that you cannot get in the state you're in without certification. Okay, maybe the advisor didn't know the requirements for the state of Alabama, since it is in Lynchburg, Virginia. However, that is their job to find out. Now, I can't blame them completely for that, because I'm a grown woman. I'm 47 years old, for heaven's sake, and was at the time I was pursuing these careers. So I should have checked into that on my own a little better. And a lot of the careers that I don't have is because I have chosen not to compromise my time with my child and my home and the time that I want to spend with my grandkids. A lot of that is my choice too. But the point I'm trying to make is they are not specific in what you will need, even when directly asked. Now, that may be something they're kind of changing, because I've noticed by following some of the Facebook posts that they're making changes in those regulations, because this has been a complaint over past years. But if you're going to operate with integrity, then you need to tell somebody up front, whether they like it or not, and whether you may lose that enrollment or not. Hey, if you don't give up so much of your time, just like with the certifications for the counseling degree, you've got to spend so much time working under another licensed counselor, so many hours, that you have to leave your home. It's not something that can be done online in order to get a state certification. And had they told me that, I probably would have went a little bit different, with a little bit different venue. And there's a way I can make it work now. I just got to find, how to get into the biblical counseling arena. Because you don't need state certification. But the point is they should have been more. I should have been on top of it a little bit better, but they should have been more honest and upfront, not just trying to get an enrollment and get money, because they do charge pretty big money for their courses. Also, the hypocrisy at Liberty University is unreal. Now this particular section fits in the end because my camera's running out, but we'll pick back up on part 2 with the hypocrisy at Liberty University.